Hello, I'm Carolynn Ioannoni, and this is In My Opinion. This past May, Kevin Smith, the supervisor appointed by the Ontario government to come in and fix the long list of problems plaguing the Niagara health systems, released his interim report for consultation purposes. Mr. Smith recommended that in addition to the St. Catharines site currently under construction, the NHS should construct a new general acute care hospital in South Niagara, locate a freestanding urgent care centre in South Niagara, and close the existing site in Port Colborne, Fort Erie, Niagara Falls, and Welland. Sounds great, right? In my opinion, this is where Kevin Smith drops the ball. He declares that the mayors of those affected communities should cooperatively decide where the best location should be. And this process is to be done without the Liberal government even confirming that they will agree to Mr. Smith's recommendation that a new South Niagara hospital will be approved. It comes as no surprise that not one single site could be agreed upon, and the two suggested sites are Niagara Falls and Welland. And it's also no surprise that the Niagara Falls Council is supporting the Niagara Falls site. The Minister of Health, Deb Matthews, has declared she will not even become involved or make any decision until Mr. Smith's final report is submitted and the site selection process is finished. Now the real games begin. Which community will be able to persuade the powers to be that this new proposed hospital should be in their city? Seriously? Let's look at the big picture here. The deficit of the province is at $16 billion. Earlier this year, the government canceled a hospital rebuild committed to West Lincoln after the community raised millions of dollars towards this project. Add in the debacle in lack of oversight at Orange that cost upward $1 billion, and the e-health wasteful spending, recent talks of cuts to healthcare, and municipalities that are struggling, and ask yourself, where is the new money for this hospital supposed to come from? Or is the recommendation of a new hospital simply a carrot being used to silence vocal municipal councils that are trying to save the important fundamental services needed in their communities? Well, this is the impression I get when I read the portion of the interim report that where Mr. Smith states that this is an exciting opportunity for the Niagara community, but we will only succeed in achieving the vision outlined in this report if we can all reach consensus on what is best for both our patients now and for future generations. But I ask you, what does that even mean? Does the most compliant community win this new South Niagara Hospital site? We should stop fighting for your services and making the province look bad so that they can win the upcoming by-elections to have a majority government again? Shouldn't this site for this supposed new South Niagara Hospital be decided on the best possible location and not by who ticks off the province the least? The second recommendation I found problematic is Mr. Smith's suggestion that the Mat Child program be consolidated at the new St. Catharines Hospital in the interim until the new South site is built. I have no belief whatsoever that if those services that we need in Niagara Falls are moved to the new St. Catharines Hospital, that they will ever return to our city. And by the mere suggestion that the numbers to sustain those programs are strong enough to have those services returned to South Niagara in roughly 6 years' time, tells us that is the very reason they should be left in these communities right now. Mayor Diodati laid out the birthing numbers, growth numbers, and projected growth numbers to show Mr. Smith exactly why the residents of Niagara Falls should not lose their maternity child services. Those numbers are not disputed, and they haven't changed. Niagara Falls City Council is on record adamantly objecting to the loss of these services in your community. Mr. Smith has heard the message loud and clear from the politicians, residents, and Niagara Falls doctors. We do not want GNGH to lose the maternity and pediatric services. Niagara Falls deserves a full-service hospital. This week, Mr. Smith explained he's bringing an expert panel together to explore the options presented by doctors, and the panel will have an opportunity to explore the models. The members will be leaders in the pediatric and obstetric fields. Now, call me skeptic, but one would assume that these options and information would have been gathered before he had made any suggestion in an interim recommendation that they even be moved. Why should we believe that once Mat Child are relocated to the St. Catharines that they will be returned to the new St. Catharines Hospital when it is built? When it is built, it isn't even being approved of, for goodness sakes. And right now it's just a pie-in-the-sky idea. One that sounds great, mind you, but not a done deal by any means. And until the provincial government agrees and puts it in writing, it is just that, a recommendation. Even once they've agreed, they can pull that rug right out from under a community. Just ask West Lincoln. If you agree we need to save our maternity and pediatric services at GNGH, please contact your local MPP Kim Crater and Minister of Health Deb Matthews at the email addresses on the screen and let them know you oppose the relocation of those services to the new St. Catharines site. I hope you've enjoyed the first edition of In My Opinion videocast. Please post your questions and comments because you know what they say about opinions. We all have them, and we are happy to hear yours. Put forward suggestions for future subjects. I'll read them all, and they will help form future videocasts. And from myself, I thank you for watching.